Good afternoon, folks. Today is Sunday, April the 28th, about 2:45 in the afternoon. I got home from church and had to mow my yard because usually I like mowing it on Thursdays, but it was sprinkling Thursday and it rained Friday, and then Saturday I had some stuff to do and I couldn't get to it, so I had to cut the grass after church. And I'm fixing to start. I think I'm going to plant my tomato plants. I was going to wait a week, but I think it's gotten warm enough. It's really warm today, and so I'm going to plant my tomatoes over here. I planted 4 over at my house today, and guess what? I went to the grocery store and they still had some fruit trees, and I couldn't resist. I bought another Alberta. No, I'm sorry. That is a Bell of Georgia. That's a Bell of Georgia. That's a Bell of Georgia. Alberta, and Rancher, or whatever, Ranger. And I did not water it, but I'm going to water it today. We're going to get a lot of rain Tuesday, about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to just put some water on it. This one seems to stopped doing what it was doing. I think it got too much rain. And I think this one was the worst one of the bunch. So, and that one's struggling, and that one's doing a lot better. So, anyway, that's the status. And I wish you'd look how tall those strawberries are getting. Oh man, they were looking so good. All right, I gotta do some stuff, and I'll turn the camera back on and show you what I got going on. I'm trying to make a decision about something here. Okay, I'll catch you up in about 15 minutes. All right, what I thought I'd do is show you what I'm going to be doing with these little strips of 2x4, and I'm going to attach them to this post. I have cut them out so that they will fit around the pole like this, and then the other side is cut slotted as well. And I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, my allergies are killing me. All right, so I'm gonna put this 18 inches above the ground, and I'm putting this one on this side, and acts like a little clam. And I got wood screws. And I will show you what I'm going to do. I'll do one more. This one down here is going to be in a little bit of a different direction. All right, that's what I'm going to do to the rest of the post down through there. And then when I get those done, I'll come back and plant my tomatoes, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with the rest, why I'm putting these braces up. Okay, I thought I would show planting one. I dug the hole. The depth of the hole is probably about sorry, I got these allergies. I noticed on the other video I was sniffing a lot, and that's just the way it is. How deep I plant them is based upon how big the plant is, because I break all of the little sides off of them like that. I break them all off all the way up to the top. And I'll plant it all the way up to there. And because all of this will become roots, all of this will become roots all the way up to here where I plant it. Okay, so I'm going to put some potting soil. I'm going to put some compost manure with it, and then I'm going to put some of the dirt with it, and kind of just spread around all the good stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot something very important. Very important. Okay. In January, I start keeping my eggs that I eat for breakfast, and I keep the shells. So I use these, I crush them and put them in the bottom of the hole. These tomatoes love the calcium, and they just love them. So I'll take probably about 4 or 5 of them, I'll crush it up, put it in the bottom, and then put the dirt around, put the plant in there. And also I'll probably put some mill organite with it. Let me find that. It's underneath the bucket. Over here. Put a little bit of that. So let's get this one done. Got to pull some of this out. Trying to pull some of these roots out that's trying to grow, trying to get out. Ooh, that's not deep enough. That might be. Let me get some more cow manure. A little organite. And some dirt. I think I should have planted that one a little bit deeper. I'll watch it on the next one. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'll get you caught back up whenever I get the rest of them planted. I've got, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 to plant. So I'll get you caught up here in a minute. All right, I got them planted and I got the pump going, so I'm going to put some water on them and I'm going to water my peach tree. Okay, I'm going to go cut the pump off and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I made those things for and talk about that. All right. A couple things I want to tell you before I show you what I built that for. One is that mask that I bought that I showed on a previous video is full face mask. I put it on today for the first time cutting my grass, and the wind was blowing out of the southeast and it was blowing pretty good, and I make a turn and the grass would just blow up and it would just cover me. But that full face mask, it kept it out of my nose and my eyes, and it didn't keep it out of my hair because I wasn't wearing a cap, but it did its job. So I'm looking forward. I look like a hazmat, somebody on a hazmat when I'm cutting my yard, but that's just the way it is to deal with the allergy issues. But the other thing was, I said I showed you also a battery charged backpack sprayer that I bought and I was going to spray. I have not done that yet. It would look like it was going to rain, and I just didn't see any sense in. I need probably a good 3 days without rain. It was supposed to rain Tuesday, so I may be able to use it toward the end of the week. But anyway, so let me show you what I built this for, and I hope it works. Okay. So the purpose of this is you can get two types of tomato plants. One that grows like a little bush and one that grows like a vine. And heirloom, I like heirloom tomatoes, and these purple, giant purple, Cherokee purple will, man, they are just huge tomatoes. They get real heavy. And those little normal racks that you buy for tomato plants will not work for those plants, because they grow, they run, they're heavy, they just bend them all to pieces. So this is called, I got it at one of the the hog stores, farm stores. It's on steroid. It's called hog wire, and so I'm going to put another one on that end, and a little bit later on, as they begin to grow and grow up through there, then I'm going to put another layer on there, and that way I can come in and put the vines on to the and let them run and get access to the tomatoes pretty easy. And so this is my first time trying this. We'll see if it works. If not, I'll have to re-engineer over the winter. Yeah, let me get this other piece on there. Well, all right. I will secure it. Seems to be wanting to tilt one way. I might put some zip ties on it to pull it down. I got some big zip ties. I'll bring those over so it's kind of setting cattywampus. And the reason why I had them was going to run my braces this way, and I thought, well, that is a long space. I thought they would bow when I put it down, and so that's why I did one. Maybe I should have done every other one that way, and that way it would have not been bowed. But anyway, I can fix it and it'll do fine for this this season. The next row I will do what I intended to do initially. I won't run them this way. I'll run them all crossways. On the second, I got these, each one of these hog wires is, I think they're 32 inches wide and 16 feet long. And so I'm thinking that I've got a few more tomato plants at home that I've started myself. Some of these I planted down here I started myself, and I planted some over at my house I started myself, and some of these I bought just to make sure that I would have something to grow. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to start laying out for my corn and get that started. I might do that next week, get it in all my vegetables that I'm going to have in the ground, because the following week I'm going to be out of town, and that was the week I was going to really plan everything, and I want to get them in the ground and get them started. It would be nice to get it in before the rain came, but I'm not sure that I can do that. But anyway, I gave my peaches a drink, and just barely did give those some water. All right, well, I'm done for the day, and I might go. I caught me some minnows in my minnow trap yesterday. Well, I had to leave it overnight, and I ran down there real quick before I went to church to check it, and it had about a dozen in it. Really nice minnows. So, I don't know. I need to go fishing, is what I need to do. Okay. I hope y'all have a good evening, and we'll come back when I get ready to plant all the vegetables I got planned. I gotta go get the seeds. I've got them in my basement. I gotta go get them and get them in the Polaris and get ready to do it. It's finally arrived. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.